From Holi and Ramzan to Holi versus Ramzan. From festivals of sharing joy and celebrations to festivals of high alert. On eve of Holi, flag marches in Sambhal, Noida, Prayagraj, Delhi, Indore. Mosques covered, namaz timings postponed. Sensitive zones fortified. Festivals politicized, religious harmony compromised. Top focus on To The Point this evening. All right, our top focus. Because festivals have been duly politicized, the religious harmony that India has seen has been compromised. But also there has been a word which is much hated nowadays called intolerance. And it cuts both ways, viewers. Why I say it cuts both ways? And it's clearly surfacing at the time of Ramzan and Holi. At one end, we'll get you visuals of a fashion show in Gulmarg, Srinagar. Stunning visuals there. But because this fashion show took place in the times of Ramzan and the models wore a beach line, which was one model wore a bikini and the other model also, two models sported, both male and female, swimwear. And that caused a huge issue with the political establishments of Jammu and Kashmir. You had the PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti come out asking for an apology, and ultimately the designers who were behind this particular fashion show had to come out and issue a due apology. So intolerance there and intolerance on the other side. Muslims have been told if they don't want to in Uttar Pradesh, and this diktat has come from the police, that if they don't want to celebrate or won't want color on them, then don't get out of the house. Mosques across Uttar Pradesh have been covered with tarp, which you can see on your television screen. A battleground emerging. Tense moments before Holi, on the eve of Holi. Two very splitting images of, like I said, a word much anticipated as well as maligned nowadays called intolerance. So at the back of all that we have seen, the questions that we asked this evening, since when did... Let's cut across to the questions that we asked this evening. Since when did Holi and Ramzan turn to Holi versus Ramzan? For time immemorial, these have been festivals of sharing joy, celebration. But now it's one pitched against the other in the battleground of festivals. Festivals politicize, religious harmony compromised, growing intolerance with uproar over fashion show in Jammu and Kashmir during Ramzan, growing intolerance with Muslims advised to stay indoors during Holi celebrations are some of the questions we're going to pose to our panelists this evening. Joining us, Mahima Singh, National Spokesperson, Congress; Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party. We'll also be joined by Yashovardhan Azad, top cop, former IPS. Is it time, somewhere down the line, Sanju Verma, to de-escalate the kind of tensions that we see build up on the eve of Holi in the month of Ramzan? Visuals that have been filtering in the last 48 hours have been unprecedented, which we haven't quite seen. It's not limited. You'll turn around and say only Hindu festivals are targeted. But let me also say it's not limited to just Holi. Even when you have a fashion show in Srinagar and you have models maybe who sport the swimwear line, have to come out and immediately issue an apology because the political establishments think that this goes against the tenets of Islam during the month of Ramzan. Is it time, somewhere down the line, to de-escalate the kind of tensions that we're living in?
Preeti, you always second guess what Sanju Verma is going to say, but for once you're right. Yes, indeed, Preeti. 99.9% of the time, Hindu festivals are targeted, and I will corroborate what I'm saying with hard examples. Let's not forget that when there is cover yatra, it happens once in a year. What do we hear? अरे ये कवर यात्री जो है ना, ये छपरी हैं, ये गुंडे हैं, ये बहुत जोर से गाना बजाना करते हैं, बहुत जोर से डीजे चलाते हैं. Then I remember I stay in Mumbai, Maharashtra.
Sanju Verma, there's a problem with your audio line. We're going to try and reconnect that. We're going to cut across to our other guests. But once again, taking our viewers to some of the questions that we are posing for our viewers and our panelists. The first question, of course, comes, with all of us who've remembered Holi, we've remembered, our friends celebrating Ramzan. It was always about sharing. Suddenly, it's a pitched battle between these two festivals, a month of Ramzan and the festival of Holi. We've seen a clear politicization of religious festivals, which has clearly compromised the religious harmony that we have seen. Growing intolerance, an example of that, an uproar over a fashion show in Jammu and Kashmir during Ramzan, growing intolerance, with Muslims now being advised to stay indoors during Holi celebrations. Sanju Verma is back with us. We are also joined by Mahima Singh. Sanju Verma, finish what you're saying, then I'll cut across to Mahima Singh. We have you back.
Preeti, my limited point is this. Durga Puja celebrations in Maharashtra, in terms of the Durga Puja Visarjan has been postponed so that Muharram procession can continue as scheduled. There is a village, Nalhati in West Bengal, where there are only 300 Hindu families. And for the last 40 odd years, these 300 Hindu families in Nalhati village in Birbhum district do not get to celebrate Durga Puja, but I've seen no prime-time discussion. There are villages and districts in Kerala where Hindus are told that, आपको तो दिवाली के लिए, होली के लिए, रक्षाबंधन के लिए, रामनवमी के लिए, कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी के लिए छुट्टी नहीं मिलेगी, but for Eid we will extend the number of scheduled holidays. I have seen that be it Rakshabandhan, be it Krishna Janmashtami, be it Holi, be it Ramnavami, be it Deepavali, most of the holidays in Mumbai, Maharashtra and in many parts of India are optional holidays.
Okay.
But I know that during Christmas, schools and colleges and banks are closed. I know during Eid, schools, colleges and banks are closed. I know during Buddha Purnima, schools, colleges and banks are closed. We never complain.
Okay. So Sanju Verma, I'm going to circle back to you and I'm going to ask you, is it because the question wasn't about Hindu festivals versus festivals of other religions. The question is it time to de-escalate the tension? Because what we are moving towards is not only alarming, disconcerting, and can result in stuff that India has witnessed before, and we don't want to go there. I want to bring in Mahima Singh, National Spokesperson, Congress, into this conversation. Mahima Singh, the kind of security arrangements that we see doesn't quite warrant a festival, but actually it seems that there's a terror alert in the country. Having said that, this is the first time it's happened, but Mahima Singh, the flip side, it's better, to be safe than sorry, put all the policing in force and hope that no untoward incident happen.
Jai Hind, I absolutely agree with you, Preeti, and in fact, Rajesh Reddy, a poet, agrees with this situation when he says, "Ye sare shehar mein dehshat si kyun hai? Yaqeenan kal koi tyohar hoga." You see, the BJP spokesperson's entire narrative is rather the antithesis of the actuality. You rightly said, Preeti, that what we are seeing today is unprecedented. The amount of security protocols that we see across cities and across sensitive geographical terrains is quite appalling and is quite worrisome. Because this is the country where Ganga Jamuni Tehzeeb was the norm. You see, not only tolerance, but I would say rather camaraderie, fraternity was the demeanor of our society. But today, what you see over the last 10 years, what else do you expect when the head of the state, our Honorable Prime Minister, goes out for general elections and uses words like Mughal Mas, Machi, Mujra, Mangal Sutra, everything that defines and demonizes religion is being projected by our Honorable Prime Minister who should have rather been responsible for ensuring peace and harmony across states, across religions, across communities. And here on your show, what we are seeing at the moment is from the BJP spokesperson, a party, whose ministers go out and say "Goli maro saron ko," and she's speaking about fraternity and antagonizing other religions, all of them. I mean, today she has not left even one. She is going on one after the other. She's talking about, Christmas. She's talking about Eid. She's talking about all the other festivals.
Okay,
but she's just not understanding the responsibilities on their shoulders to maintain the harmony.
I'm going to come right back to you. I'm also going to introduce Yashovardhan Azad, but before I do that, Sanju Verma wants to come in, and I'll take a comment each by you and Sanju Verma before we cut across to Yashovardhan Azad. Sanju Verma, the fact is, what we see is unprecedented. You could say it's because of years of appeasement that has gone by, and it's time now to settle scores. But those scores are being settled at the cost of the communal harmony, religious harmony that every festival brought. The question I'll ask you again, Sanju Verma, is it time now somewhere down the line to de-escalate politically? Because the kind of language, I'm not saying it's coming in from one side. It's coming in from either sides. But de-escalate it so people can go back to what really was, enjoying festivals.
प्रीति, ताली दो हाथ से बजती है, ताली एक हाथ से नहीं बजती. And let me just tell the Congress, I have the guts on your show and on various other zillion debates that I do. I have condemned Ramesh Biduri for the language he used on the floor of the parliament. But I want to ask the Congress, what did Rahul Gandhi say on the eve of the Pran Pratishtha celebrations at Ram Janmabhoomi? अरे आपको ऐश्वर्या राय मंदिरों में नाचती हुई मिलेगी. And this is a party which has lost Haryana, lost Maharashtra, 0 seats in Delhi. इनको अभी भी अक्कल नहीं आई. People can see through the charlatan that Rahul Gandhi is. Tell me one thing, Prime Minister Modi, he always wishes everybody, चाहे वो जैन धर्म के festivals हो, बुद्ध धर्म के festivals हो, he's wished the Muslim community. Have you ever seen Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi unequivocally, unconditionally wish Hindus on Ram Navami? मैंने तो नहीं देखा. कभी आपने राहुल गांधी को देखा है दिवाली पर हिंदुओं को मुबारकबाद देते हुए? मैंने तो नहीं देखा. कभी आपने देखा राहुल गांधी को रक्षाबंधन या कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी पर हिंदुओं को मुबारकबाद देते हुए? मैंने तो नहीं देखा. And let me tell you one more thing, Preeti. Nothing has changed in terms of what the basic DNA of Congress is, and that is where the problem lies. In 1951, Nehru wrote a letter to Rajendra Prasad saying, "My dear Rajendra Babu, I urge you not to participate in the Somnath Mandir inauguration ceremony as it reeks of Hindu revivalism." और इतने सालों के बाद उनके परपोते राहुल गांधी वही दोहरा रहे हैं. Don't forget, this is the same Mallikarjun Kharge who said on the eve of Lok Sabha elections, यदि नरेंद्र मोदी सत्ता में वापस आ गए, all the mosques and churches will be demolished. ऐसा तो कुछ हुआ नहीं. So it is the other side which needs to de-escalate.
Okay, I'm going to come right back. Okay, I'm going to come right back. But Sanju Verma, Rahul Gandhi has actually wished on both. What I can see, my research team has just sent me on Diwali, on Raksha Bandhan, in both. I'll come back to you on that. But Mahima Singh, I want to bring you in, and I want to also, get in Yashovardhan Azad, who's with us. But 30 seconds, Mahima Singh. The fact is, what Sanju Verma indicated, that of all the years of the Congress rule, the pendulum had swung so far left that it will take time for it to actually come in. Now it's going all the way right. It's payback time, is what Sanju Verma is saying.
It is the Congress party that set the norms for secularism and fraternity in this country, and very efficiently so. And to the BJP spokesperson on the eve of Holi, and today's Holika Dahan, burn all negativity, pessimism, I just want to remind her, मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना. हिंदी है हम, हिंदी है हम, हिंदी है हम, वतन है हिंदुस्तान हमारा, सारे जहां से अच्छा है हिंदुस्तान हमारा. Nonetheless, she would have a problem with the word Hindustan also, although now Prime Minister is going out to Sufi eves and using that word extensively. But that's my message to the BJP and to the spokesperson, and I urge her to please stop at this and do not go any further with the hatred propaganda on your show any further.
All right. I want to bring in Yashovardhan Azad into this conversation because, Mr. Azad, the sad part is festivals have become all about policing now. What was Holi Ramzan is now Holi versus Ramzan. It's a battleground of sorts where on the eve of a festival, one would see people celebrating, there's a sense of joy, going into each other's houses. Today, sadly, all we've run through the course of the morning is one flag march after the other in successive cities, Uttar Pradesh and even across India. How does one, in terms of logistics, administratively, de-escalate this tension? Because if it continues to build up, we are sitting on a communal tinderbox.
See, there are two ways, Preeti. One is, of course, at the government level. I'm of the firm opinion that, faith and religion, they're absolutely private affairs. Faith can shake Mount Kailash, but the government cannot go by faith. It has to temper faith and bring rationality. And therefore, the government should be totally away from any kind of religion or festival. That's number one. That's at a policy level. But I can tell you another thing. At the district level, I myself remember in 1980s when I was SP Sihor, and we had a Dashara procession from one line, and we had a Muharram procession that on the same day we had on the other line, and both collector and I were standing in between, but we let them pass. But we put the fear of God in them, that if anything happens, we will fire even if we don't survive. So I think two things. One, the district administration has to be firm. And that is how it can be. It cannot go according to the diktats of the chief ministers or the ministers. That's number one. Number two, I'll also tell you that what is happening today is that all the so-called institutions, for example, you have a, all community meeting, all faith meeting. These are being done, but not in principle, actually, but just as a kind of a tokenism. I would also say that secularism does not mean singing songs and slogans, of bhaichara. It means a tough regulation. And I agree with you when you said that there was a phase, which I have seen, was going the absolutely other way, a kind of an appeasement. And, whether it's appeasement or whether it's right-winging, it's all for votes. And therefore, it's time in 21st century, Preeti, there are too many festivals, there are too many things. You can have a festival, you can have anything, but never can you destroy public life or public order. That's extremely important. You can have your Holi, you can have your Muharram. I, for example, don't believe even in azans making a noise. I don't believe in making, these temples making a noise. Do it in your own space, but you cannot do anything outside. And last point, I'll tell you, I remember during February and March, in my district in Sihor, there used to be noise on loudspeakers for all kinds of festivals and songs. We shut them down. Nothing happened. This is what is required today. No public noise over festival.
Before I go back for a quick word with our political panelist, Mr. Razad, I'll ask you one question. You spoke of the district administration needs to be firm. We are living in an age where the credibility of every district administration is being questioned. So how do you differentiate of being fair yet being firm?
I'll tell you, there are officers still now, collectors and SPs who are being kicked out, but doesn't matter. Rahul Lodha was in Ratlam and he stopped a mad procession trying to, disturb the other community. He was kicked out. So what? It doesn't matter. People respect him. And if you have cases like this, it will set a precedent. And I'm telling you, Preeti, sooner or later in 21st century, you cannot have this kind of a racket going on, whether it was going on earlier from one side and now going on from the other side.
All right. Okay. Let me bring in quick closing comments. Sanju Verma, you have 2 minutes. Make your point. On the only question that we ask, Sanju Verma, I would reckon should be that we don't have these kind of visuals when another festival comes around. Nobody really wants to see a flag march when all you want to see is color, joy, celebration, people sharing things with each other.
Preeti, let's get one thing very clear. When last year during Ram Navami, Mamata Banerjee said that why do Hindus want to celebrate Ram Navami in Muslim areas? Murshidabad, Bardwan, Howrah, Hooghly, North 24 Parganas. These are, places where Muslim population is more than 47%. तो मतलब ये Muslim area हो गए, यहाँ पर हिंदू अपना त्योहार ना मनाए. What happened to national media? And I'm not talking of India today. Everybody consumed Fevicol. What were we told on debate after debate? But Sanju Verma, why do Hindus have to celebrate Ram Navami in Murshidabad and in North 24 Parganas? Leave the Muslims in peace. Durga Puja Visarjan coincides with Muharram. Sanju Verma is told, pardon me, Sanju Verma, what is your problem? Postpone Durga Visarjan by one day, na? Kerala mein, Hindus are not given holidays on Krishna Janmashtami, but Muharram ke liye, Ramadan ke liye, Eid ke liye, छुट्टी पर छुट्टी मिलती है. And Sanju Verma has told on debates, क्या फर्क पड़ता है यदि आपको रक्षाबंधन पर छुट्टी नहीं मिली? My 2 minutes are not over. And let me tell you, Preeti, I have tremendous respect for your research team. Rahul Gandhi has wished people, oh, well and good. अच्छा लगा सुनकर, but also I'm sure your research team will corroborate. Who said मंदिरों में बलात्कार होते हैं? राहुल गांधी. Who said Aishwarya Rai मंदिरों में नाचती हुई मिलेगी? Rahul Gandhi. And let me tell you, have you forgotten? The recently concluded Mahakumbh, DK Shiv Kumar went there to take an Amrit Snan. बेचारे DK Shiv Kumar को हर प्लेटफॉर्म पर जा जाकर सफाई देनी पड़ी. Oh, this is my personal आस्था. This has nothing to do with the Congress party. Congress is Hindi phobic. Congress is Hindu phobic. I challenge Rahul Gandhi to talk about Islamic terror.
All right,
I challenge Rahul Gandhi to talk against
now it's over. I want to bring in
Mahima.
Mahima. We're talking about my research team, and they're actually pretty good. And the research team tells me, Mahima, saying that it cuts both ways, and I'll tell you why. Because we can talk about, and we should talk about, on the kind of language being used by politicians which come from the BJP, especially during the time of Holi, how diktats are being given, that Muslims should not step out on Holi, how mosques are being covered. It's never happened. We must speak about it. But did the Congress, which was in, alliance with the government in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, even say one word where fashion designers were made to apologize because they conducted a fashion show during the month of Ramzan, and there were, 2 models sporting bikini wear, where nothing's wrong in that, and the entire political establishment coerced the fashion designers to apologize. Intolerance sometimes also cuts both ways, and that is when hypocrisy comes in, because if one political party speaks for one cause and then remains shut on the other.
Well, Preeti, I would say that excesses, wherever they are definitely not welcome. Extremes, I would say, we say, Ati ka bhala na bolna, ati ki bhali na choop, ati ka bhala na barasna, ati ki bhali na dhoop. So you see, excesses are wrong, but the excesses that we really need to worry today are the excesses we are facing from America. That the government needs to be proactive on many fronts. What happened in Jammu and Kashmir, if it is an extreme, then I would say, yes, that needs to be checked too. Wherever there's an excess, wherever there's an extreme of the authority, I think it needs to be checked, it needs to be streamlined. But what we are talking about here, in fact, hearing the BJP spokesperson distort statement after statement, I would really, really welcome if she could come forward with evidence, show us on record where our honorable leader, honorable LOP, Shri Rahul Gandhi, has said what she claims he has said, then, that would help the viewers as well. But I would rather
you have to be deaf and
please don't talk over each other, ma'am. Okay. 10 seconds. Mahima Singh, you have 10 seconds to conclude. I want to bring in Mr. Yashovardhan Azad. 10 seconds, ma'am. Make your point.
The spokesperson wants all fairness for herself, complete 2 minutes, but wants to intrude the way they are letting the Americas to intrude in India. But I would just say happy Holi to the BJP spokesperson and to the entire BJP, and remind them that it ought to be a happy Holi for one and all. Please ensure that your administration is spot on.
And I just want to bring in for the next, just last 20 seconds, if I can get in Mr. Razad back into this conversation, because do we have Mr. Razad?
Yes.
Okay, just 20 seconds, Mr. Razad, if we get you back into this conversation. What we're witnessing right now is, what was simmering earlier is now seemingly boiling over. What we are looking at is deeply worrisome. Do you think we're actually building into something far more, serious than just the kind of empty rhetoric that is, the surround sound of it?
Well, the rhetoric is always empty, but it does have its impact. So, in fact, these rhetorics have combined when we can come to a communal boil. So that's why they are not at all necessary. In fact, the government should be a benefactor. It should be an enabling factor for all the religions. But this kind of rubbish, the kind of statement comes from politicians is absolutely wrong, and it should not be allowed. And nor even, statements which come that one community should avoid this religion or the other. If you're playing Holi, you play Holi. But don't play Holi with people who don't want to play Holi. It's a very simple thing. And it can be enforced. And the other thing is, the last point which I'm trying to make is that the government should totally dissociate itself from any kind of a religion, which is not happening, and which was not happening earlier in the form of a kind of a secularism, which was an amazing kind of appeasement. So we are at two ends, and we need to strike a mean and a balance.
Well, let's just hope so. I appreciate all three of you for joining us. All three of our panelists have a really happy Holi. All our viewers a very happy Holi. And I am very sad to say this. Let's hope we have a very peaceful Holi, something we never quite said earlier. With what started off, viewers, in the parliament, a complete face-off between the centre and the DMK over the three-language policy. The language regional war is now escalated by the DMK. The Stalin government today rejected the national rupee symbol, dropping it from the budget documents of Tamil Nadu. Now, the rupee symbol in the budget documents of Tamil Nadu was replaced with Tamil letter. Well, in all of this, the DMK clearly escalating the language war, symbolically rejecting the rupee symbol. But on the other hand, the BJP has now come out and said this is a separatist move. They've rejected a national symbol. Here's the full report.
Tamil Nadu language war hits an absurd low. Stalin government has dumped the national rupee symbol, replacing it with Tamil letters Ru in the current budget. The story, first broken by India Today, saw the national currency symbol being dumped by a state for the very first time ever. The 2025 Tamil Nadu budget copy shows the Tamil letters Ru as compared to the budget copy of 2024 that had the national rupee symbol.
Are you against the symbol, sir? Is the message here that you want to promote Tamil, or is it that, we are against the national rupee symbol and that's why we've replaced it?
See, just because we have used this Tamil word, does it mean that we are rejecting others? No. We are saying we are preferring one symbol over the other.
Okay, so are we going to say in Tamil Nadu going forward, beyond this budget also, no rupee symbol, the national rupee symbol recognized internationally? We will not see that, but instead Ra written in Tamil?
See, I think you are taking it too far. In the Tamil Nadu budget document, we have used Tamil word Ru. It doesn't mean we have rejected the rupee symbol. What have we got against the rupee symbol?
DMK was immediately accused of hypocrisy by the BJP, which went on to call it a stupid move which can harm India's federal structure.
The official propaganda channel carries a well-made 2-minute video in which the rupee symbol is replaced in coins by Tamil Ru. They have done it. Next, the DIPR, which is Tamil Nadu state government's news media arm, it has sent press notes to all the television channels to say 2024, this was the logo, 2025, we have changed it, just a part of the language war. They have done everything. Suddenly now, in the last 30 minutes, they are going on the back foot. Because after the national media channels, led by all of you have picked it up in a big way. And little did they know it is invented by a Tamilian, designed by a Tamilian. Little did they know there is a DMK connection also.
DMK seems to be unaware of the rupee symbol's strong link to Tamil Nadu. The rupee symbol was designed by Uday Kumar Dharmalingam, an academic and designer from Tamil Nadu, who is ironically son of a DMK MLA.
My father was an MLA long time back. But yeah, so that's fine. I mean, things happen. So, but right now he's not in any political affiliation. So he's all pretty old and he's in my village. So, so I'm in a different place.
It is an act of stupidity. It is going to go back, is going to blow back heavily in their face. And little the chief minister even doesn't know his own party's former MLA son designed this rupee symbol. And very, very unfortunate, madam. And the DMK has taken extreme measures to do this.
The rupee symbol was adopted nationally by the centre in 2010 by the Congress-led UPA government, which ironically had DMK as an ally. No wonder BJP mocked Stalin's move as a bid to hoodwink Tamil Nadu.
So it is the design of DMK. They always take the emotional issue to hide the people welfare issue. I am asking, how many times DMK ruled Tamil Nadu? Stalin is more paid love Tamil than his father. His father himself did not change the word into, he was aligning with the national integrity. They want to change it. And they have submitted the budget for so many times. Why they want to do it immediately? The Stalin name itself is not Tamil name. If you want to change everything, will he change his name?
Has the DMK crossed the proverbial Lakshman Rekha in its eagerness to target Hindi and get poll dividends? With Pramod Madhav, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so the questions that we asked this evening, the DMK cancelling the rupee sign. The BJP calls it a separatist move. The second question we put forward, centre pushing DMK to escalate the language war, withholding funds when it comes down to education, reigniting the fires that have been consuming the north-south divide, especially where Tamil Nadu is concerned. Is the DMK, though, escalating the language row for political capital because in a year there are elections in the state? The centre, somewhere down the line, completely unable, bereft of understanding the regional Tamil sentiment. And lastly, how can the Tamil Nadu versus centre divide be bridged? Because all we are witnessing is an escalation. Joining me for the face-off with 2-minute counter each, they'll be allowed 2-minute time to speak and then it will transfer to the other spokesperson is A. Sarvana, spokesperson DMK, C.R. Kesavan, national spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Sarvana, let me begin with you. Many seem to suggest, especially the BJP, you're taking it a bit too far by actually cancelling or on paper, in your budget documents, rejecting the rupee symbol. The BJP has even gone as far as to call this a separatist move.
Yeah, the government has done it as a way of protest to the way the BJP is treating the people of Tamil Nadu. They are cheating us. 2,100 crores. What arrogance they have to say, oh, we will not give you this money because you have not agreed to the national education policy. You have not agreed to the 3-language formula. How petty of them. How willy are they? The fund is allocated to the SSA scheme. We want this 2,100 crores money, which is allocated to the Samaskara Shiksha Abhiyan scheme. But they say, oh, you have not undertaken, you are not willing to go ahead with the PM Shri schools. So we will not give you the funds meant for SSA scheme. You think people of Tamil Nadu are fools? You think we will lie down and take whatever you thrust upon us? We will not take it lying down. This is a way of showing the protest. The entire country will now know how the BJP is, with its nefarious plans, trying to scuttle the government here in the state of Tamil Nadu. Yet another important thing is, you are saying you have cancelled it. We have just prioritized Tamil. The Prime Minister says, oh, I am going to America. I am going to Africa. I am going to Australia and propagating Tamil. I am speaking Tamil, very proudly of Tamil. The BJP Tamil Nadu government has done that. They have prioritized Tamil. Rupee, which is Tamil form of that rupee, which is in the Devanagari script. Which law prohibits it? Does the constitution mandate that you should only use this? So they are in their thing, they are just taking it a little too forward. Calling this, they are totally enraged because they have been totally exposed. The BJP's duplicity, the BJP's arrogance is exposed not only before the people of Tamil Nadu, they stand exposed before the entire country. Now, the entire opposition ruled states are taking up cudgels against the union government.
All right. Mr. Sarvana, I'll come back to you. I want to just cut across to our BJP spokesperson in this conversation, bringing in C.R. Kesavan. C.R. Kesavan, the fact is the DMK is making it very clear that you're pushing them to escalate what is already a face-off between the centre and the government of Tamil Nadu over the 3-language policy. By you withholding funds, you are pushing them to escalate the crisis.
Now, the first thing is this ridiculous stunt and comical drama enacted by the DMK very clearly shows that they are anti-federal and they have also, attacked our national identity and insulted Tamil pride and Tamil sentiments. Now, this dubious, deceitful, double-faced DMK should answer why did they accept and why did Mr. M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister, personally receive the centenary commemorative coin of M. Karunanidhi, personally received it, which was released by the central government, when the Raksha Mantri gave it, he personally received it. And this centenary coin of Mr. Karunanidhi has the national symbol, 100 rupees. So the DMK, at best you can describe it as dynasty of M. Karunanidhi. When it comes to giving something to M. Karunanidhi, the national currency symbol is okay. But when it comes to the budget and giving, Tamil people something, then they'll play, politics with this. This is despicable politics, and I've told you why they've insulted Tamil sentiment.
Mr. Kesavan, there's a problem with your audio link. We're going to try and we're going to freeze it. I'll give you 40 seconds more when we come back to you. But Mr. Sarvana, I'll come back to you for 2 minutes and we'll give that extra time to Mr. K. Sarvanan once his audio line is fixed. The charges that the BJP is making, that A, they say it's comical with what you're doing. You're actually insulting Tamil pride. The symbol of the rupee was actually given by a Tamilian, and it was of great pride for Tamil Nadu to gift that to the country. So it's a contradiction there is what they are suggesting. And B, they're saying that you're doing all of this only to milk it for elections next year.
See, the desperation of the BJP is clearly seen here. They don't have anywhere to hide. That is the reason they are using such terms. If you look at the Twitter handle of Mr. Annamalai, the BJP leader, he uses unparliamentary language. So it shows they have lost it. They have lost their marbles. That is the problem here. Who is saying that we have insulted or we have rejected or we have cancelled the rupee symbol? We are saying as a mark of protest, we are now using the rupee in Tamil. See, the entire issue is this. The question is this. Why are you not giving us the money? Have you got any reason? Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan goes on record and says, oh, you agreed. So what? For the interest of this country, interest of the state, we will always relook everything twice, thrice. And if we think it is against us, we will go against that. And when the MOU was sent to us, we clearly ensured that this NEP, we want, okay, PMC schools, you want to be set up in Tamil Nadu, we are fine. But we will not allow NEP in the PMC schools. And we will not allow third language consequently. But the BJP, no, NEP is important. Sir, the people of Tamil Nadu has voted for the DMK party. The important thing in the manifesto is that we will not implement national education policy. You want to subvert the will of the people of Tamil Nadu? Because few of you think, few of the RSS pracharaks think that NEP is good for you. NEP is regressive. NEP will take us 100 years back. They want to deny access to education to everybody. It encourages dropouts. It propagates Sanskritization. It glorifies entrance examination. We will not allow NEP. So, as a state, we have been performing very, very well. Why do we need your policies? Your policies should be consigned to the dustbin. So why should we follow that policy? And
I want to go back to Mr. Kesavan. Backwards. All right, Mr. C.R. Kesavan, I'll give you 2 minutes, 45 seconds because you were cut short last time. So, number one, what Mr. Ray Sarvanan said, what you're saying is a mockery of the system or India is not. This is a symbolic protest because you have coerced them into this protest by withholding funds where the three-language policy is concerned, sir.
Let me complete. First thing is they never answered why they shamelessly received and took the centenary coin which had the national currency symbol. It shows double-faced, bogus hypocrisy. One. Now coming back to NEP, Prime Minister Modi ji's NEP is transformative. It strengthens cooperative federalism and prioritizes mother tongue and regional languages. He said we won't let NEP come in. All the private school boards run three-language policy. Who are they trying to hoodwink? And look at the way, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan exposed and the DMK, which is why they're rattled. What did he say? He released a letter on March 15, 2024 from the Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu to central government saying they are very keen to establish PM Shri schools by signing the MOU. Then they said, we will sign the MOU before the academic year, and they said they'll form a committee to go into it. If they were against NEP, if they're against two-language policy, why form a committee? They could have said, we don't want this. Why should they say we were keen to establish the MOU? Why do you need a committee? You don't want three-language policy. You're against NEP. Why do you write letters like this? This shows their double-faced DMK, which really is trying to mislead people, and let them also answer this. The two-language policy was introduced by Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi in 1968 and 86. And the DMK protested against the Congress and 21 people died in 1986. The difference here is now Prime Minister Modi's NEP gives you a choice and you don't need to study. You can study Dravidian languages of Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, no Hindi. But they call themselves Dravidian model and they oppose, government students learning third language of, Tamil, Telugu and Kannada. It is very clear that they are betraying the social justice of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. They don't want the government children to benefit like the private school students are benefiting by learning a third language and empowering themselves. The DMK is being regressive. And one more thing, be it delimitation, be it language issue, and today this bunkum of Rupee, they are doing this because they know that they have failed the people of Tamil Nadu. They need to distract, divert, and deflect. And every day they are choosing some issue and shooting and scooting. Their bluff will be called by the people. But let them answer this. When the Congress allies follow a 3-language policy in Telangana and Karnataka of the southern states, why are they in alliance with them? Let them break it.
All right, okay. Mr. Sarvana, to bring you back, you want to take in every question that Mr. C.R. Kesavan faced, asked you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. See, they are afraid of the alliance. Now they want us to break the alliance with Congress. Don't stoop so low. We know you are scared. You are scared. You are very, very scared. For that reason, we cannot break the alliance with Congress. Just a moment. And see, all these spokespersons, including the BJP leaders, are peddling lies, including the gentleman here. When the MOU was sent to us, only in the MOU, it was mentioned that PMC schools will have NEP. We sent the MOU back stating that we will not implement NEP. Then Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan writes his fact that he is surprised that you have deleted the portions which speak about NEP.
All right, sir, I need to go back for the same amount of time. That's all the time that there is. Mr. C.R. Kesavan, you have 20 seconds, sir. Go ahead.
This stunt by the DMK will have repercussions. It will boomerang them because it has hurt the Tamil sentiment and also they have attacked national identity. The DMK is double-faced. It's a bunch of, hypocritical party and DMK stands for dynasty.
Can I just get Mr. Kesavan?
They have still not
Only Mr. Kesavan.
They have still not answered why they accepted the centenary coin, but why they accepted the centenary coin with the national currency symbol and why they doing this drama today? Why did they accept it at that time? Why are they accepting that centenary coin? They have never answered. And why have they insulted Uday Kumar, who was felicitated by both Karunanidhi himself and P. Chidambaram, who was the finance minister?
All right, sir. That's all the time that I have. I apologize to the both of you. That's all the time that I have, but it was a good debate. We're hoping to do this again soon. Thank you for joining us. Totally out of